Hello and welcome to East Midlands Tonight. I'm Emily Anderson. First, how will we go back to work? The government's expected to outline the ways and means that will allow us back into the offices, the factories, shops and other places of work. But it's clear already that it won't be like before and we'll all have to adapt. Well, one Leicestershire company is now busy supplying a mat that measures out the space between workers to maintain proper social distance. Mike O'Sullivan has this report.
How do you maintain a 2-metre social distance in the pandemic? At this company in Fleckney in Leicestershire, they're supplying a floor mat that measures it out for you.
The idea came to us around the time we went into lockdown and we saw the potential for people needing social distancing mats. We came up with 2 designs initially. One is a general reminder to maintain social distancing within a building, and the other is aimed at reception desks and checkout areas where people need to be reminded to queue 2 metres apart.
There's been interest in the social distancing product from big companies, universities and the NHS. Coba-Europe says it's reassessed its own working practices as well in the light of the coronavirus. Furloughed staff who've been brought back here to help meet big demand for the mats can wear face masks. If they have to work closer than 2 metres to each other, it's a requirement. There's extra training too.
We have an internal training video which people have to complete prior to starting back at work. There's competency-based questions at the end of it. We expect them to get sort of 90% in that before they're allowed into the workplace.
Concerns obviously are around still catching the virus and making sure that that organisations have got all the risk assessments in place to mitigate those risks. The key one of those being social distancing, which is clearly worked in terms of the nation's approach to the pandemic. And so trying to then replicate that social distancing within offices, factories and workplaces in order to give people the assurance that those measures that have helped us through the pandemic are still in place whilst we go back to work. And I would say it's probably impossible to write guidance that will cover every eventuality. So it's about taking a workplace by workplace risk assessment to provide proportionate controls which are appropriate for that set of workers.
A one-way system in the building, staggered starts and breaks are among the measures at the company, as the government prepares to issue guidelines to get more businesses back to work.
We've been working on the return to work for our employees for some time, so we've got a good idea of the measures that are required, but more information we can get from the government is going to be a good thing.
Staff are also making face shields for free for the NHS after answering a call from Leicester Grammar School. Mike O'Sullivan, BBC East Midlands Tonight, Leicestershire.